Okay, welcome to episode 16. We're staring down the last shaft. I'm going to go find some nickel, set up the nickel to come this way, and have the nickel running. Titanium's running, not used for much, so mostly backed up. Gold's running. Everything's running, including iron, even though I ran out of iron on my iron vein again. So between episodes, I went and found yet another iron vein to get the iron running. The iron is the thing I'm using definitely the most of for rack rails, but also iron gears. So, yeah, I'm going to be going through iron veins pretty quickly, probably for the rest of the game. I found a slightly bigger one, but I'm not sure that it's that big. I might want to think about setting up a second iron lift soon-ish, though I would really love to put down my mine track for ore before I do that. Okay, I'm going to need a couple things for this hunt for nickel, just to make sure I don't run out, but now I'm out of iron gears again. My enriched coal is running nicely. That isn't going to get me far. An entire one iron gear. I let myself run out of iron and the system's having a hard time recovering. So, I'm going to want... what was I even talking about? Nobody knows. Okay. So for my enriched coal is also working nicely through the system. Oh, I should show you this. I finally remembered to hook up my CPH. So it's just a station outputting enriched coal, which runs over into the CPH instead of having to manually load that as I run past. And I'm gonna need those iron gears. I don't really want to sit there and watch it. The other part of my list for today was to, on top of finding the nickel, to finish off my research room. I kind of like mocked in where the walls are going to be while I was figuring this out over here. So I'm going to have to finish building up the walls, put all my grommets through, and run things so that my bars are coming through the wall and into where I want them to go. That's just a bunch of random coal. So, let me see. If I stuck... I could... Okay, I'm gonna pick a side to start on. And start on it. We don't need any coal coming in yet, because I still have plenty of coal in these couple of veins that were already in the area. I do need to build around the coal because eventually that vein's going to disappear and I'm not going to want my room to stop working. I grabbed a bunch of construction paste. I'm hoping it's enough to finish what I'm doing here, but we'll see. And here we go. Finish out the floor a little bit too. That would be a good idea. This one was copper. And it's the easy one because I don't have to worry about going over the copper or the coal feed in any way. Oh, yes, actually I do. Coal, oh, I just broke it all. That's not blocked, but... well... where is... aha, it went through. That's good. That's helpful. Thank you. This is a little out of whack now, but okay. Okay, we're ignoring that. Let me actually do it this way, so I don't have a problem with that. I'm gonna want a grommet, or... no, I'm gonna want wall here. Grommet here, and to fix the floor. One, and I'm gonna do 3. 3 is when I need something to come out. This is only going in, So 2 is enough. And right here is where my tracks are going. So apparently I've already figured this out. Put a storage hopper. Put a bunch of track. And a station, which will be on the bars network, looking for copper bar. I'll have 3 carts running right now, and those carts are going to kind of meander over, drop off a copper bars 5 at a time, which will go through the system, create the copper research pods, which I already have plenty of, and stick it in here. I still have no idea what I want them working on. Maybe crystal dynamics? I'm supposed to be getting my crystal next time. That doesn't use any copper, but hey. Yeah, that looks like it's gonna take a while. How about we do cryogenics research, even though I don't think I use that for anything. Whatever, we'll go with it. And the next step will be tin. So I think I'm just gonna build a quick overpass for the rest of them. So an up and a down. There we go. I think I usually do overpasses for the coal, but it obviously doesn't really matter very much. Storage hopper, and let's add a tin station. Bars, tin bar, 100, 3 carts. Gonna need a grommet. And in we go. There's the tin. Gonna finish those up, but first I'm gonna go check on my iron gears. And go work on my nickel. Yep, couple more. There we go. I wanted to build, it was a couple of those. I got 5. 5 is probably plenty. Crafting. 5 of those. How am I on guns? I only have 3 guns. I'm gonna
Crafting.
2 more.
Crafting.
Ore extractor. Basic drill motor.
Crafting.
Set there. Got plenty of these. I think I had 5 of these at one point. Somewhere in my world, there's one of these just turning in circles, done with its job, wondering why it's been abandoned. That should be everything I need for the nickel. Yes, yes. Let me check on the conveyors.
Crafting.
Okay, and I also have conveyors being made over here. I was running, not too bad, but maybe a little low. I'm down to 177 now. That should be good, but when I was down to 77, that was getting a little close to go on a big project looking for nickel. Let me head all the way back down to the bottom of my pits. I don't see any iron. Is it raising? It's 550, 552, 550. Yeah, it's just very slow. I definitely need to, I probably should have researched the upgraded mining and gone for some better cutter heads. No. I'm looking at the word cutter head, but I'm trying to think of drill motors. Speaking of which, we need to get cutter heads set up soon, because that's one of the things I'm going to need to actually dig out this here crystal. That and tubes. At least 1 tube. Well, I suppose I don't need it initially. I can just stick the first storage hopper right there beside the crystal. But eventually, I'm gonna need tubes. There we go. So I have this nice big titanium, but I haven't decided where I'm looking for nickel. I've definitely figured out, finally learned my lesson, that pink colored ore lasts a lot longer and goes a lot further than ping known ore. Ooh, that seems like a lot actually. Let's go this way. And plunk down this. Oh. Huh. I'm gonna back it up a little and see what happens with this here sand. This looks a little doomed. Sand is gonna come pouring out. Excuse me. My playtime is getting quite high, but that's kind of fake. I've definitely left myself in game and wandered off to do things, cooked dinner, that sort of thing. I like this game for that. I don't worry about logging out when I'm doing stuff. Okay, this has plenty of sand and it's not getting immediately deluged. So, oh, and there's the nickel right there. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave this to turn in circles over and over again and kill our sand. And back at the top, I have the research room to finish. I'm gonna actually finish the room this time too. I know I have a lot of kind of open rooms waiting for me to be done with whatever I'm doing in there. I don't want to finish the room while I'm still using the auto excavator and have that come along and put a hole in it. And I don't want to finish the room and make it too small for whatever I'm planning to stick in there. So some of my rooms are just kind of sitting open right now, but research is a good one to actually finish. And soon I'll be finishing up the smelter room. I could do that now, except I'm trying to make sure I have shorter episodes. I've definitely found in this game it's nice to have two things going on at once. One, you end up just waiting for things. So that can be two things in game, or that can be going AFK to make dinner, whatever it needs to be for you. But like, yeah, a watched auto excavator does not go any faster. All right. Down, and let's actually do this. Uh-oh. Lagging. Lots of lag. Come on now. I'm gonna go do down on each of these so I can get this done a little faster, maybe? With the way it's lagging, I'm not sure that was actually helpful. Issue. I don't believe you can put a slope right beside a grommet. It just doesn't work. So, I can put... You also can't put a slope right beside a turny thing. I don't think. You know what? Let's test it. Test it and find out. I don't think I have any of these on my bar anymore. And then let's see. Well, this isn't gonna... Okay. Now let's see. Ah, they're going up. Okay. Let's get this in better shape then. Give us some room to work with, except I just broke my hills again. 9, 9, 0, 0, 0, and I'm gonna eat some grommets to line up. I only have one here, but that should be fine because we're going in. Hoppers, and then stations, and hopefully I can get this in here without derailing everything on the way. Okay. These have changed direction at some point. Well, I'm gonna just have to leave them as is unless I notice a problem. Okay, this was iron and lithium and gold. Bars. So I suppose watching me talk to myself is a little boring. I really don't think it's possible for me to set up something like this without talking to myself about what I'm supposed to put in there. I have the mind of a goldfish, or at least that myth where goldfishes are supposed to forget everything every 5 seconds or whatever. That's me. And this was iron. This is the part of the game where I really love it. The work I've done before starts to come together a little bit, so I only have to do a few things to kind of get things sorted, and then suddenly things are working, and they're working well and fast, or will be. So okay, I need here. I'm gonna have to knock that down. Might as well collect my ore. Yeah, I think the walls go here. I suppose I could have just left that coal. It was a wall. But I wish that rooms did not have to be square or giant rectangles. I mean, obviously that sure makes them a lot easier to develop, but non-square would be nice. Oh, that's right. That's one of these, 2 of these. Aha, I could have moved these up, but we're committed. Going with it. This needs to be grommets. No. Okay. This is gonna need a lot of filling in. Yeah, that's not quite how that's supposed to work. I really hope I don't run out of construction paste right at the end here. There we go. And then this will need... I could just do one again. So I've been thinking about if I should play a couple other games on here. and I'll figure out what those look like. There's a lot of games that, like, I have a habit of getting... I mean, obviously, if I don't like a game, then, you know, I play it for a few hours and then I forget I was playing it, and that's the end of that game. But when I really like a game, I tend to get really absorbed in it and play many hours of that game. So sometimes I hold off on trying new games that I think I'm going to really like, just to see, you know, wait until I have more time or I don't have anything I'm playing before I play them. So I've got kind of a list of games that maybe I should try. And now that I've been watching more YouTube lately, because making these videos is really filling up my YouTube's idea of things I should be looking at, I got even more on the list. Why can't you route to station? He says he can't route to station. That would be the enriched coal station. Well, he did it now, so probably just a leftover issue from whatever I did there. So this is collecting iron, collecting lithium, hopefully, gold, titanium, but anyway, on the consideration of whether I'll play other games on this channel, or, well, sooner or later I will, but what I should play, if anything, I don't want titanium bars. I've got kind of that question for myself right now. I probably don't want to start another game like this. Like, I wouldn't want to do Factorio, because I really don't know what I'm doing in Factorio. You think it's bad now watching me trying to figure out what I'm doing? Me doing Factorio would be so much worse. I'd rather watch Factorio and play for fun than try to make videos on it. But do I want to try to do some alpha games? Do I want to, you know, Steam early access sort of games? Or do I want to go back to some of my old favorites? Or what do I want to do? So, hard decisions. I think this is set up. I think I just need to give it a ceiling, and it is about set up. One thing I did not ask myself is, where is the door gonna be? Basically right here, I think? Yeah. This is a good spot, I guess. I have been playing some No Man's Sky Next a little bit. I like it, but I'm not quite... I don't know. I'm not fully hooked. Not yet. I need to get further. I've barely done anything. It's another one of those games where if I just play in-game, it becomes obvious that I'm missing out on how to do anything. I'm gonna have to watch videos and stuff like that to actually understand what I'm doing in that game. Huh. This. All right. Go get my door. I think I have enough controllers, but I need doors.
Crafting. Crafting.
Well, the only reason I have controllers is those are the controllers for other rooms I haven't finished yet. Outer. Oh, wait a minute. I told myself I wasn't going to do this again. 1, 2, 3. And then I think 1, 2... So 3 tall and then 1 more to go on. Okay. And that's where I stick the doors. So I don't keep trying to build on top of the doors, which you can't do. It just goes right through. 3. So I need top open. Alright, we got an airlock. I'm gonna want the room itself to be taller. 3 taller? This is gonna be a gigantic room. How am I on construction pace? 3.6k. I'm gonna run out right at the very end. But let's go for it. This part just uses a ton of construction paste. And if I mess something up and put a wall in the wrong spot or something like that, oh, that's just brutal. I wish that I could take apart more than construction paste, or like there was an auto excavator that turned everything into construction paste or something like that. Like, just better options than the coal. So right now I have 2 different coal veins being turned into construction paste, and that's not enough for me. I am voracious. There is a mod called Creative Blocks, which adds a bunch of creative blocks to the game, and even more importantly, it makes the cost of all those creative blocks 1 construction paste. It is so nice. I really like having it, but also I'm a little torn because at least at some point the developer was like trying to lure people into participating in the Patreon and giving him money by letting them add construction paste to the game. And obviously he seems to feel that the balance of the game needs a higher construction paste cost than 1. But I go through the construction paste really fast. Even when I'm being good and not trying to do something silly like reinforced chilled blocks. If I had infinite construction paste, oh yeah, reinforced chilled blocks are everything. Okay, I got the walls. I'm gonna want the ceiling next. Let's just go this way. I was just wondering how close I was to running out, and the answer is that close. So this is done, as this will probably get during this episode. I'll just have to sit down there and camp watching my construction piece for a while. I haven't seen any bars arrive. Really? I want to see some come up and through and verify that this is working. Idling. Well, that's because we're out of iron again. I don't know about you, dude. Network bars. Unnamed. Iron bars. Stock 100. Yep, we are literally out of iron again. But it's about to come back up. Okay, that's okay. And then let's go back down and check on our nickel. I'm looking forward to when the DLC for FortressCraft comes out finally. It's called Adventure Mode. I'm not exactly sure what kind of adventures it's adding. Maybe I should read up on that. That'll be interesting. I don't necessarily want to run around fighting monsters in this game. I definitely am in it for the automation. But hey. That's amusing. Oh, wow. That's creepy, actually. But it can just stay as is. I have the nickel, which is what I was after. I'm gonna put this a little closer. No. This is such a strange formation. I don't know what happened. The ore generated inside the sand, or what? Okay. Let's see what it... Let's go left. Where exactly am I trying to put the nickel? Way over here, right? Yeah, way over there. I'll just come around the outside of that. And right there. How are we on guns? Well, none right here. And then I'll just stick one over here. I have concerns about the sand back there. I just don't want it to suddenly turn around. So it's hard. New plan. Okay, I'm gonna stick it right here. If you stick an ore extractor somewhere it can touch two different kinds of ore, there's probably some pattern to which one it chooses to extract, but so far, for me, it just extracts whichever one I don't want it to extract. I need a gun over here. This is gonna look horrible. But there we go. We have a gun with its head inside the ore. Got plenty of range on that. And then... there we go. So, the ore I need the most of is iron, but I'd say the ore I end up using the second most of is nickel. And then, how are we doing there? Yeah, there's plenty. There that goes. And then we got that one. That should also be plenty. I'd also, back on the topic of if I should play another game, I would also love to play a game with characters that are not myself, so not a first-person game, a third-person game, because one of my favorite things is naming them after book characters or TV characters or whatever, and then laughing at them when they do horrible things. So Oxygen Not Included is wonderful for that. I kind of also want to revisit Hearthstone. I have not played that in a long time. I got it in early access, and I think it just came out of early access. Great time to revisit it. I have such a love-hate relationship with early access. Because I don't want to get things too early, because some games I'm only going to play through once, and if I play through it once while it's still in early access and there's really not that many features in there, I regret it later. Okay, so my nickel is set up, happy, filling up. I need to finish dropping the rack rail. It's probably about halfway down. I need to gather up some construction paste in order to finish the room on my research, but I think I have more or less accomplished my goals for this one. This was what, episode 16? So next time will be episode 17. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I have nickel. I want to get crystal, but I have a few things to set up for manufacturing before I can get the crystal. I'm gonna need to make some steel. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll set up my steel smelting, or maybe I will do something completely different. I don't know. We'll see. There's a lot of directions to go in. Thank you for listening to me babble, and I hope you're enjoying the series. I hope you're enjoying the series.